I am going to
Hello.
use this and this alone.
This
Hello.
alone. This alone.
I'm all
Okay,
alone.
I didn't realize that was going on. I'm gonna have to add that to the list of ever-growing documents for Drakenwald.
More documents.
So, can we make a
Hello.
Swiss Can we make a Swiss document about this?
Ooh.
Uh,
Our DM has given us so much content, we need multiple documents to be able to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And we're only halfway done.
Take good notes. That's an important part of everything.
Right now, I'm looking at a place that's called. Name is Eating Place. The owner is Squat, and the description is Group 8 here for free.
Wonderful. That's a good note. And I can tell you exactly where that is. But
oh, there it is. It's in Cobalt. It's the Cobalt Town.
Yeah,
I forgot
it
his name
is.
was Squat.
There's so much I want to tell you guys too. I can't
Oh
wait.
my God.
Like I was talking with Zormir one day, and I was like, he brought it up. Like after this whole thing's over, we need to just have a live session where we talk about like things that you missed, like things about the
gosh.
campaign, whether that
Probably
be
a lot.
puzzle answers or different things like that. I think that'd just be a really fun session to sit down and like just talk about like things about the campaign.
We could put it behind the paywall for Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon yet, but we are on YouTube and your favorite podcasting service. So don't forget that if you're catching up. But tonight, we got something interesting for everyone.
Yay, we get a level.
For
Come on.
For those people who watch us live, we're introducing the Gods Are Watching expansion is what I'm calling it. So for those of you with channel points, you are now going to be able to use those channel points to maybe give a character advantage on something.
What?
Cancel one of the DM's natural 20s against a character. Or make a character automatically save on a saving throw. So you can use those channel points now for those kind of situations. So we want to give a little bit of audience participation in with the thing, and your guys' channel points don't count, players, but the communities do.
How do you know it's me?
Because it says your name.
Now, do they get to choose whether they want good stuff or bad stuff to happen?
They get to choose.
Okay, because if it was like all good stuff, that's no fun. I want to see if the audience can come in there and be like, man, I want him to fail his natural 20. And I'll be like, no!
Right now we don't have bad stuff in there, but there'll be more coming down the pipe. So yeah, I think this will be a fun little dimension to everything. So on top of that, our channel points changed. We have our little 70 dungeons coin now, gold coin. If you look really closely at it, it's really small. It's our logo on a gold coin on the channel points thing right under the chat bar. Yeah.
Look at that.
So yeah, we got all sorts of neat stuff, but we'll see how this works out. I think this will be an interesting little dimension to the story. So
you need a 3D render that so we can print those. We all have printers. Some of us have printers.
That's true. We could. I mean, that would be easy to do. I should do that. I could do that. Yeah. Like little commemorative coins. So I also changed all our players to VIP, tagged them for VIPs on the channel. So if you see one of our players actually chatting in the Twitch stream, they're signified by a little pink diamond thing. I can't change that icon, I don't think. So
normally I get the email saying if you're running live.
Weird.
Didn't get it.
Don't know what that means. But so some new changes, all for the better. It's going to be fun. That's our exciting new interactive situation.
I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. So if you choose to use one of those, I'll do my best to keep an eye on those when those happen during combat or whatever. So
I can help too with that if you want me to.
Yes, please. If you see one come up. All right. I don't have anything else accept a story to present to you guys. So let's get this rolling. Da-da-da-da.
Someone please quote Limp Bizkit. Please do it.
Please?
Do it.
Smash your face in tonight. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Keep rolling. What?
Oh.
All right. Where we left off, the party, after a close encounter with a very large dragon, caused her to flee from the group, and they took some solace in their protective bubble for the night, and upon discovering it was clear to move forward, started traveling back to Breckensfjord. After a few mishaps, Galtier getting his foot caught in a trap, and discussing some of the things that they have found out, and spending an hour divvying up the loot. Let's not forget that.
Oh, it's 3 hours divvying up the loot.
It was 1 hour trying to figure out how much loot we got, and it was another 2 hours trying to figure out how much loot we can take.
True.
The party is outside of Breckensfjord, not terribly far off, in a camping that night. And as Blaylock drifts off into rest, he hears a familiar voice come to him. Blaylock.
Mm.
Blaylock. It's me.
Mm. Ooh, mother,
My boy.
are you safe?
I can't speak for long.
Mm. What is it you need to tell me? Quickly.
Blaylock, you must leave this place.
Which? Drakenwald?
Blaylock, find somewhere safe.
Why? Where? Help us. There's too many questions. So little time. Where? Where should we go? Why should we hide? Where are you?
And it gets silent.
Please, no, not again. Don't leave yet. Do I hear anything?
Nothing.
Mm.
We lost Grayson.
Oh,
Poor guy. He's probably throwing something right now.
His laptop.
Please stand by. If we have technical difficulties, I'm sure he'll be back to us.
My screen is split between mine and Grayson's, and Zormir's is on mine too.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
told you it's gonna fucking do this all goddamn night.
That's fine. We might have some technical difficulties tonight, folks, so bear with us, please. All right. So, Blaylock, as you try to listen intently for your mother's voice, nothing else comes to you.
Not again. Is this a trick? Am I awake?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was awake during that whole time, or was I asleep?
Yeah, it was just at the end of your watch, if I remember correct.
Oh, so I was conscious for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Who else is that? I'm gonna look around. Is anyone awake?
Do I notice some murmuring? No. Okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk out there. Can I tell the direction where the voice came from?
No, it just felt like it was inside your head.
Just inside my head. All right. Well, I'm going to I'm gonna sit and meditate and try to and see if I can reach out to her again.
Okay.
Mother. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up. Mike's not awake. He's not there. I'm gonna go wake up Zormir.
Okay.
Oh, what is? Oh gosh, what hour is it? What?
I need to talk to you.
Right now?
Right now.
What is so important that you need to talk to me about it right now?
I heard something.
In the forest? I'm gonna go for my rapier. Something out there?
Come with me, away from everybody else.
We're still in the tent, right?
The bubble. Yep.
Yeah.
The bubble. Yeah. Let's step outside.
There's something out there?
I need to show you. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna bring the book with me.
I'll follow along with them, trying not to step on anybody.
Okay. You step out into the cold snow of the night.
Now, I did not mean to deceive you, but I needed to talk to someone away from everyone else. I don't need a crowd, but this has to be discussed before anything else transpires. I've just been warned by my mother to hide, but
Hide from what? Where?
I don't know, and I have no other. I have nothing else.
Want another wrap?
Layla, you seem lost for words.
It is very difficult to get. Okay. Now let out a big snort.
Oh, your breath.
Now, I was on watch, and I heard my mother calling me, and she said to hide. She said she didn't have much time, and then there was nothing.
Well, what can we do with that? Where are we supposed to hide? If we don't know what we're hiding from, how can we know we're hiding from it?
She said, get out of there and hide.
Out of the forest? Out of Breckensfjord? Out of the island?
No specifics.
Is this just Roman messing with us? Playing games?
I don't know. This is all too much to take in. And because this is my mother, if I react without consulting you, this could very easily go very wrong. Just please keep it. I will talk to the others in due time. Until then, please, just keep. I need to talk to someone about this.
Did it sound
so that
like
they know in case something happens to me? Someone is reaching out to me. It could be my mother, and then I'll bring out the book, and then point to the notations in there that reference land fear. And I don't think I've told anyone about this, have I? I don't
Nope.
think so. Yeah. And I'm going to point out the references to land fear, and to the mage who was adept at manipulating time.
Land fear?
That is my mother's name.
Oh.
But it could be another land fear. Unlikely. That name has power from where she came from.
So
But
your mother's capable of messing with time? Is that what you're saying?
yes, and also remember how old this book is. How old is this book, by the way, DM?
It's pretty old.
We found it in Uth Melanon, which means
Right.
old. Yeah.
Old. Yep.
Old.
Wow.
At least about 1,000 years, I think, is what we figured.
Yep. This is a very, very old book of history.
How can it reference your mother in it? How old is your mother?
Come on, Zoramir. Time.
Oh, I'm still sleeping here, Blaylock.
I know. This is hard for me to. She was very, very adept in the arcane. But
did it sound like your mother and your? Was it a dream? Was it just a voice in your head?
This was a voice in my head. I'm sorry to have deceived you as I did, but I did not want to alarm anybody, especially Hisk. We do not know Hisk. He is a faithful companion, and we barely know Arlo or Gaich. What's it?
Galtier.
Galtier.
I always have G names for some reason.
It is, yes, Galtier. I don't know him.
And if this is as dire as you're making it,
friend.
Same for me, Blaylock. You're the only one left that I came to this island with. But if this is as dire as you're making it sound, should we really hold off on letting everybody else know?
I am concerned about even going back to Breckensfjord.
Well, we aren't going to let you go off alone. At least I'm not going to.
That has me very concerned. I suppose that it's time that we wake everybody and let them know.
So if your mother can alter time, what's preventing her from getting away and using her powers against Broman?
That is what scares me so much. Is because someone more powerful than her is preventing her from escaping. And that is a frightening thought. You don't know the power that my mother has.
That is very frightening.
I don't know. I'm finding out from a book that's 1,000 years old.
How sure are you that this is referencing your mother?
The name. And the ability to alter time. And my first-hand knowledge of what my mother was capable of.
If what you're saying is true, Broman is even a more fearsome foe than I think any of us imagined before.
We should hurry. We need to make a decision now.
I'll let you be the one that delivers the news to the group, but I don't think we should linger very long.
No, we should tell Hisk that his job is done and send him on his way, and we should go another way.
I agree. He might just be a liability to us.
I agree. Let's go. I'm going to head back inside.
Okay.
And I'm just going to start shaking everybody awake. Get up. Please, get up now. We must hurry.
What's
happening?
the rush?
Fisk, you have been an excellent companion, but it has been brought to my attention that we need to leave. There is important business that we have elsewhere. Thank you, friend. May I call you friend?
You don't want to go on your own from here. We're half a day to Breckensfjord, and there's nothing to the north, south, or east. You'd be lost in the snow.
Yes, you're not making any sense, Blaylock.
At least let him take us to the edge of town, at least.
You should seek shelter in Breckensfjord if you need safety.
Breckensfjord is not our destination.
Well, that is news to me, since that is where we need to go.
It was a destination.
But like, best not to beat around the bush.
What's going on, Blaylock?
I have received a message from my mother at great cost. She could not stay long. She said only to leave and to get out of there and to hide.
Hide where?
And knowing...
That is very cryptic.
Knowing what you know of my mother, that this came at great cost. So my only choice is to react.
Blaylock, could Lystra have flown back to Broman and let them know where we are?
This is a possibility. But either way, this information's been brought to us. What do we do? Do we continue on as if it didn't happen?
Well, we came here looking for the shard. We thought that the dragon might have it. She did not. But we know that the
Lystra's
dwarves
still
had
to the
a
east
piece
right now.
of it. The king is the only one we can speak to.
Galtier, where is Lystra?
She's still to the east. I don't know where Broman is, but she's been east for a while.
What would it be to the east? Okay. Let's be on guard. I don't know what to expect, but I don't want to passively cast off this message that she has brought to us.
Well, I just say we get in, do our business, and get out. Let's not linger.
Yes, and if anything looks suspicious, we need to be in agreement to leave immediately.
We'll have to keep our eyes peeled if what you're saying is true.
Arlo, Galtier, this is going to escalate. If she's reaching out to me, then the danger that we may be encountering is something I dare say you have not experienced yet.
How often has she reached out to you to give you warnings?
Very, very rarely. Once, several months ago, in a cave.
What happened after that?
I was teleported to the other side of the island. Correct? Do I have that sequence right, DM?
Believe so. It's been
Okay,
a while.
I thought so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was what happened. Yeah.
I'm asking the right questions, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was my choice. You stepped on it.
Yeah.
Blaylock,
Well.
don't worry about me. You guys have done so much for me. I'm not going anywhere. Where there's a fight, I will be there with you.
Oh,
Problem
there-
is how cryptic that message was.
very.
Go where? We don't have any other clues as to where the other shards are.
The
Hide
instruction
from what?
was hide and get out of there. And that's all. I could not get any more
Unfortunately,
information.
that's not enough.
Sometimes you have to make decisions on a little bit of information that you have.
Where do you suggest we go?
Away would be my...
Okay, I would expect a more detailed answer from that.
Hmm.
Away where? We're on an island. Where should we go? We need a destination.
I fear that leaving Breckensfjord may not be the best course of action.
Well, I won't be leaving Dragonball anytime soon, knowing that my family is still alive, being held.
Yes. And if my mother was telling me to leave and to not come to her, that would fall on deaf ears, because I will seek her until I know that she is no more. Nothing less will suffice.
But Blaylock, how are you certain that it was her and not somebody else?
Because I was raised by this woman, and I could tell her voice. It could be mimicked. This is true. Which is why I bring this information to all of you. Because my opinion and my decision comes weighted with the obligation to my family and the possibility to save them. Her.
Do you have any way of reaching back to her? There's some sort of, I mean, I don't know how this stuff works. Seems like there's some sort of mind link going there. Is there any way you can reach back out to your mother?
We may have to seek someone who's more adept than I am at this time. Great study is what is required to be able to communicate across great distances like that, and that is not where I specialize.
Hisk, do you know anyone that might be able to help with that?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Any idea of a town or city that we could go to that would have an inkling?
I don't know. Magic is not one of my fortes. And he slaps his rifle pats it on the side. This is the only magic I need.
Well, that and your little bubble on your finger.
Hisk, why don't you take the lead and then let us know when we are within an hour of Breckensfjord.
All right. And he begins tromping through the snow.
Do we have to do a roll?
No.
This, we can talk as we go, right?
Yep.
Right
Mhm.
Feel free.
Do you understand my dilemma, friends?
Yes, I do. And I see you're visibly shaking.
But unfortunately, a disembodied voice telling you to run and hide when we are so close to finding another piece of the shard to a weapon that could destroy and has destroyed the evil that they are trying to bring back. I'm not one I understand. I understand your mother is being held captive. My parents are probably in the same situation. But we have come this far for us to just run away. Especially with no plan as to where to go next. I pull out the map that they had that showed the locations of some of the pieces. There's nothing else on here. We know that the elves had one. We have that piece. It is told that the dwarves had one.
True.
And the king, which I do not wish to go back to the castle just yet.
It seems it is inevitable.
But there's the piece that you gave to the magistrate in Cape's vassal. I can't just not seek out these pieces because somebody told you to run and hide.
Your wisdom is appreciated, and your level-headedness. Tell me, what if one of your family that you seek reached out to you?
Again, I understand where you're coming from. But I would do anything to rescue my family. Even if they told me to let it be, to go. That is not in the Hawker's nature.
If only I had the courage that you did. I'd much rather be in a lab constructing and building and creating new, not drudging through mountains.
If you have another game plan, by all means, speak. I'm pretty sure Zormir is not welcome back in this city anytime soon. And I definitely wouldn't parade him in front of a king.
This
True.
is
but
true.
there is magic that can see through things like that.
Yes, Zormir, it is best you keep a low profile as much as possible.
Oh, I can do that very well.
You have your diadem, you have your cape, and you are extremely adept at staying low-key when the need arises, and the need
Now,
has
that's not
arisen.
lie to him, Blaylock. We know that he is not. His ego is much, much bigger than he is.
Something shiny. He's gone.
He needs to know the seriousness of this.
You could be imprisoned.
He is
or
still
killed.
wanted for murder. That which we could not prove he did not do.
We still can't.
The one person that was even willing to help us, we find out, was a liar.
And it was his doing that put us in the predicament to begin with.
Yeah, he's the one who framed me in the first place.
Now that he's dead, though, how can you prove your innocence? Prove that he actually placed anything on you?
Only in the hopes that he confided in someone else of the group.
They would have to trust the word of who they believe to be a murderer. I don't know if they're going to do that.
And I don't think he confided in any of them. Who was the one that finally released Zormir from his shackle?
I think you guys mentioned that
it was
an
he.
art museum.
It was he who was under Hamish's, his second, if I believe. So it seems he did not confide in any of his group. DM, what is the group's name that Hamish is under that I don't remember? I keep saying his group.
The organization?
Yeah, is it just the organization?
Or is it the Smashers? I always forget.
There's like 3 of them.
I was part of the Smashers.
Is it the Smashers?
No,
Nope.
they were the organization.
Arlo was.
Okay, they were the organization. Okay,
So there's the Federation, the Smashers, and the organization.
got it. He did not confide in the organization. He only seems to have confided with Lystra. Understandably, if anyone else knew of what he was doing, he would have been tried and hanged.
Did you guys say he was an art dealer?
Not artifacts.
But didn't you also say that the ones he had on display were fake and he was smuggling them out?
Yes.
I don't believe he knows that. I believe Hamish was the one taking them and giving them away to whatever cult they were working for. During the attack, he seemed awfully worried about the artifacts being destroyed, so I'm pretty sure he didn't know that they were fakes. And why would he? When your mentor is telling you that they are all genuine, why would you doubt it?
He wouldn't. But where I was going to is if the artifacts in the museum are fake and we could prove it, we could discredit Hamish, where they might not be going after Zormir for murder so much.
Expose him as a fraud.
Could
To
be
me,
worth a
that's
try.
two different things.
I
Zormir did not exactly show restraint by having body parts in his satchel.
The rotten meat strikes again.
The only one capable of discernment for those artifacts has one horn and a giant snout.
Who's also friends with the ones they think is a murderer.
I think we have a case here.
I can do it, but we will have to be
The question is, why
discreet.
would they believe you?
If I prove that the artifacts are fake, then we have a foundation to undermine the
And how do you
credibility
plan on
of
proving
Hamish.
that they are fake? Again, you are a friend of the one that they consider a murderer. In a
This all strikes
city
true
that doesn't like us.
and does not sound much like running or hiding, as my mother has warned us.
In all honesty, Zormir probably shouldn't go back into the city at all.
Are you capable of this, Zormir? Maybe staying outside and caring for your steed?
Hamish did say that he had people working under him that were good at their jobs that were the ones that framed me. If we were able to figure out who those people were and get them to speak up, might have a case, but otherwise we either have two options. Either I wear my circlet and don't go in any place that might have magic, or become very familiar with the perimeter of this fortress.
Being familiar with the perimeter may not be a bad idea, actually.
No, not at all.
I already have this place mostly scoped out.
I mean, if we could make our way into Hamish's office, maybe find some proof. But again, it's not
all
like they're just going to
speculation.
let us go in there. And I would think that Hamish was a little more careful in his dealings, since he had a white dragon in disguise visit him on a regular basis.
What if we fashion a look-alike collar? Make them think that I am still locked up.
Do we have... I do not have the material to make a collar to mirror the craftsmanship of what they put around your neck.
Could you use an old trap?
If you keep that hood up like you have been these past several days, less questions will come about.
I kind of nervously put my hand up and just rub the back of my head.
I can barely discern your face. Other than your small stature, I wouldn't have recognized you.
I haven't seen many halflings around here.
You
I
will
fear
stand out.
Fear I may still stand out.
If only there were a way to wrest control of that beautiful little artifact you have there in the helmet, the diadem, and you could imitate Hamish on cue. Unfortunately, it's beyond the capability.
You could stand in front of a mirror and put it on and off.
I mean,
But
you could try, but
believe you can only transform into a human with that bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Hamish isn't.
Or what was Hamish?
And you have to be
Wolf.
and you have to be attuned to it.
do?
Yep.
Oh, the DM knows about the overpowered items that we possess.
I made mistakes when you guys first got it.
Oh, now we know.
It was brought up a while ago. That's why he got in trouble in the Elvish city.
Perhaps it is best for me to stay on the perimeter then.
How will we contact you if we need you?
We don't. We just don't get in any trouble. Because I don't know about you, but the only sending stone I have reaches the Elvish kingdom, not anybody else. So unless you have a message hidden up your trousers,
Not
Zormir
any...
just needs to remain outside.
This amulet I found, the medallion with the dragon. Is it possible we could show it to people under him in the organization and make them think we're part of some underground smuggling like he was?
That comes into play again with, we don't know who knew what Hamish was doing. We don't know. Well, first of all, let me see that amulet.
I'll hand it over to him.
I didn't look at it while we were...
It has a dragon
cave.
biting its tail and has the letters VK in it.
Do I recognize this symbol from anything that we've looked at before, Chris?
Looks like the symbol on the book that Priosh had. It was on the cover of that book.
Well, this seems to share the same resemblance of the clan or the cult that we ran into underneath the tree. I don't know if I would go flashing it around to just anybody.
I'm gonna take it back and put it. But anyway, what happened when you ran into the cult?
Well,
They
that symbol was on a necromancer's book. We dispatched him underneath the heart tree in the dead spokes. He was trying to spread the evil, or was at least part of spreading the evil that drove the elves out.
Okay. Might be able to. They know your guys' face, but they don't know mine.
Understandable. But again, probably not something I want to be flashing around.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not gonna go flashing it around.
We also have come across some keys, correct?
There
Yeah, you
was
have 'em.
Key
I have
ring,
them. Do I have it?
You do.
I didn't think I had it.
part of the dragon's hoard.
Yes. And I also have a book that these keys may finally unbound.
Oh, if I could lockpick that book, no key's gonna open that.
Well,
Yeah. Never hurts to try.
mm,
No better time than the present.
I'm not a fan of opening such a precious tome while drudging through the snow for fear of ruining it.
That's understandable.
Hisk, how much longer?
He looks around. Not much farther now. It should be over this ridge.
Thank you.
And as you travel up and kind of crest the top of the ridge, you look down to see the familiar city of Breckensfjord. It takes you probably about another hour to actually get down to the city from where you're at.
Okay.
The snow begins to fade as you get into more rocky terrain. You can see people going about their business like when you first arrived here. It's been a couple weeks as you get just to the outside of the main gate of the city.
So we are outside of it. So we've gone beyond the hour then, right?
Yep.
Hour before be at Breckensfjord. All right.
Yep.
We're outside the main gate.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, are you ready for what is about to happen next?
Well, let's
Suggest
do
we
it.
figure out what we're going to do next.
And Hisk turns to all of you. Nope. I'll be heading along my way.
Thank you, Hisk. Your ability to navigate these peaks has been most appreciated. We could not have done it without you, and I hope you feel it was worth the risk.
Well, if you ever need assistance again, feel free to find someone else.
Thank
Okay.
you, I suppose.
And he nods at you. If there's nothing else that you need from me.
How much do you want for that ring?
And he turns and walks away.
Not gonna lie, I was gonna ask the same thing.
I was thinking the same thing.
Or at least where he got it.
But like a Ghostbusters one moment, get him.
So there's 5 of us, 1 of him.
I've seen you guys in combat. I think he could take you.
Dude, that's a dick move. Come on.
And he disappears down towards the docks.
So, Zoramir, if If you're
This
going to
is-
be on the perimeter, then I am unsure how we will communicate with you. If you wish to go inside the city, please keep that hood up. Let them think you still are shackled.
I may become one with the circlet if I decide to come in. I don't think it would be wise to come in undisguised.
Now that would just draw even more questions since he needs to be escorted. Do not come into the city.
You have to be escorted.
Zoramir, that was a true testament of your wisdom developing as you journey these lands of Breckensfjord. The old Zoramir would have scoffed at being exiled outside while so much was happening in. So thank you, Zoramir. This is a marked improvement, Grayson, over the Zoramir of old.
That is much to be proven.
So
We put way too much faith in him.
if
Granted, you've been with him longer,
Mm.
but I know what I've seen.
Zoramir, if you see any large explosions like you've seen from me in the past of fireworks, please come to the town and seek us out. If not, then we will seek you out outside of the town and send the same signal to rouse your attention.
How are you lighting these fireworks?
Magic.
Any way you could put magic in something for Zoramir to use to signal us in an emergency?
It was extremely short ranged, I'm afraid. The only 5 feet, unfortunately. It's either that or I give him some gunpowder to signal us. That
Gunpowder?
might not send the right message. But take this scroll of Pass Without a Trace, just in case.
I'll take it from him. What does this do?
You're doing an awful lot, Blaylock, to keep him from not staying out of the city.
We need a way to communicate with him.
And how is that a means of communication? We all know what that scroll does.
Let's go.
Get your reasoning, but I'm not getting your actions.
Yes, we need to cover our base in case we need to meet with him later. Him staying outside of town is not a permanent solution, Grayson.
Until we can prove his innocence, it is.
We shall see.
We don't need the whole town coming down on us.
No.
How are you going to explain my absence?
Dragon
We need
gotcha.
to.
What was that?
So
I
Dragon
don't
gotcha.
believe that we need to.
No. We don't need to tell them.
Blaylock
the
and
dragon
I are
got him.
free individuals now,
Yes.
whether you're with us or not.
All we would have to simply tell people is that you decided not to come back because Hamish is no more, and you fear your freedom is now an impossibility in Breckensfjord. As
Let's
simple as that.
let's not cause a search party to go out for me, though. Maybe less is more as far as what is communicated on that.
Well, we shall see and play it by ear when they come.
We don't need them thinking I killed Hamish too.
But are we all in agreement as to what we say if anyone asks? Hamish was killed by Lystra.
Well, that's not a lie.
We came upon her den. We fought. She ran. Hamish is dead. That is all. There's no need to discuss what conversations were overheard. Nothing. Hamish is dead. The armor is destroyed.
Well, we know that's not true.
Well, it's not. It will be impossible to make it usable. So the armor is unusable. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
No more. Lest someone of any discernment suss out that we are lying or holding something back.
So
Let's
the
go.
question is, do we go back to the museum, or do we try to gain an audience with the king?
The correct course to the king. We have no relationship with this king. We would just be outsiders who sought after Hamish and failed.
Well, I'm sure he would want to know. As in his greed, 2 out of the 3 organizations.
His greed, eh?
Well, why do you think he had 3 organizations going after artifacts?
We may be able to get an audience by telling him of the hoard that is available for adventurers to find.
The problem is, we didn't kill her.
No. But the armor is there. Our goal
We
was
don't know
to
if
find
he wanted
Hamish, not the
we don't
armor.
believe he wanted the armor. That was Hamish. Hamish wanted the armor. The problem
True.
is there is only one organization that is still currently here in running order that we know of.
You speak of the Smashers? Or the
Smashers
Order?
was who Arlo was working with.
Oh, so you speak of the Order.
The Order.
There was the Federation too.
I'm
But
pretty sure in this short time the
thought-
Smashers do not have somebody else in place.
Well, there's the Federation, but Hamish worked for the Federation, right?
Nope. He worked for the
No, there were
organization.
3.
There were 3.
my
So there
goodness.
was what? There was
The organization,
there
the
was 4?
Federation, and the Smashers.
fuck me.
One of these is not like the others.
So the Federation.
Hamish was
Okay,
the
so the Order,
organization.
there is nothing called the Order. It's just the
Smashers.
organization, the Federation, and okay. All right, someone needs to teach these dwarves a bigger vocabulary.
Oh, it's actually the Dwarven Federation for the poor, but the Federation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so the Federation is who we should seek out then. They are the only ones who are still unscathed from this endeavor.
I'm just saying, the king just lost 2 of his moneymakers.
Well, let's the king would be the. Let's see if we can reach the king first, then the Federation. The organization would be a last resort. We do not know of the taint and how far it goes within that.
Well, you said that you could. You said you could prove that the artifacts were fake. Is that something you can do?
I am fairly adept at discerning whether artifacts and their age but so there is a possibility I could spot a fake in the artifacts. I would need to see them to say for certain. So, King, Federation, and the organization.
You forgot about the Smashers.
The Smashers are Arlo's department.
Okay.
All right. You guys heading in?
I
Oh,
think so. Yeah.
Zormir, you're staying outside?
I guess so.
All right. I'll be with you in a moment.
I'm gonna
What
hang.
do you do? It's like Spider-Man, and he's sitting around in that in that locked room.
Oh,
He's
for like 8 hours.
Yeah. How long's it been? 5 minutes. Ah!
Remember, Zormir gets bored.
Yep.
Yeah, like you about set the castle on fire.
So, Galtier, this is your first time seeing Breckensfjord. You see two massive doors into the side of the mountain, and as you walk in, you see all sorts of races, not just dwarves, mainly dwarves, but you see others there too. To the rest of you, Breckensfjord's looking better. You know, it being almost 2 weeks since you were last here, they've done great work at repairing a lot of the damaged buildings and structures and general cleaning up of things. There's still signs of wear and tear on the buildings, but for the most part, things are returning to normal. Nobody pays you any mind walking into the city. Where would you like to go?
So who are we going to talk to about getting an audience with the king? Who's going to grant that to us if we want to go see the king?
Well, I suggest we go to the organization, let them know that Hamish has been killed. I do know that he said that he had people that could introduce us.
Well, I think that's where we should start.
I know this may seem off topic to what you just said, but would you guys be willing to go see some merchants and armor dealers to offload some of this extra stuff we have to try to lighten our load a bit?
Sure, that's a priority right now, but I guess if we were walking by something, what do you plan on selling?
Well, I know I have like my leather armor. I don't know if Blaylock has some leather armor to sell too. There's something to try to not be close to my max carry weight.
I'm, again, not thinking that's priority right now, but
I don't think so either. I think we need to stay on task, because if things go sideways, we need to be able to exit quickly.
Exactly. Have less weight, faster you can run.
Then you need to drop your shit.
I mean, he has the armor in his bag. Thinking how it helped.
I'm just fine.
Yeah, that bag only weighs 15 pounds, no matter what's inside, till it hits its max weight.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to follow you guys to the organization. I don't know where they're at. First time being here.
All right. Where do you guys want to go?
Heading to the museum. We never did get that guy's name, but
No. So you walk down the streets for a bit and head into the museum. It seems to be open. As you enter inside, it's a lot better shape than what it was. Some of the artifacts have been removed, and dwarves are tooling about.
This is the museum?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to just start looking around at some of the artifacts, maybe some of the ones that are on display.
All right. You see a variety of different artifacts in on each display, from armor to weapons to strange devices.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate them and then determine the how old these artifacts are, and begin the process of evaluating them with my keen eye.
All right. So you walk up to one of them. Give me a history check.
Yes.
Good
Don't
old
fail me
history.
now. 28.
Wow.
Okay.
Fail. That's your luck, brother.
That was a 19, mother scratchers. If that failed, we ain't doing this, man. We're working on another tactic.
All right. I sent you a message about what you.
Now, this was just a broad overview of the of.
As you look at various pieces, that's what you're noticing.
So that's the consensus then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
I'm keeping my eyes open for the gentleman dwarf.
Yeah, you see him running back and forth, attending to different things.
I'm gonna pull him up. I'm gonna talk to the dwarf.
Okay. You gonna flag him down or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna flag him down.
All right.
Greetings.
Oh, hello. You're alive. That's good.
I am. I am. Now, how are things here since the attack?
Things are returning to normal. Definitely, the town is going about its business. Hopefully, we don't suffer another attack anytime soon.
Well, I do regret to inform you that Hamish did not make it after the dragon attack.
Oh my.
I am sorry for your loss.
How often did you know or notice his interactions with Lady Lystra?
Oh, she came here from time to time. Tended to visit for just a short while before leaving. I would say, 3-4 times a year, maybe. Not
who's
often.
in charge now? So who's in charge now?
I guess me. I never
who
thought
do I have
I'd.
the pleasure? Who do I have the pleasure of talking to? Make it up.
There's
Got
a
him.
name. There's a name for everything.
It's like Stony McStonefist or something.
Stone your pie hole.
My name is Brashen.
My condolences on Hamish.
Thank you. I don't even know what to say. I've been with him so long. I never thought I would be without him.
How well did you know him?
Well enough. We've known each other since we were children.
Was he the one that brought these artifacts in?
Well, the miners bring them in. We clean them up and put them on display.
Is it the miners who bring the artifacts to you, or to him first? And
Whoever's
then
here to
him
receive,
you?
I tend to do a lot of the catalog work and take them back. Hamish is a very busy person. Was.
Yes. Do you still have some of the catalog work? Or the catalogs for these artifacts?
Yes, we catalog everything.
Is that available for public consumption?
No.
Would it be possible to look at the catalogs?
Are you members of the organization? I don't remember that being something.
Well, I'm just curious. I am a lover of history, and I would love to know more about all of the great work that you have done during your time here.
Implore that you
And
read the plaques on each item that are on display.
yes, but we all know the plaques are only the presentation for the public. But the deeper knowledge that comes from tracing the artifacts back throughout their time in use and in the state they were where they were found is of great import to historians like myself and like you.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Ugh.
First roll of the night.
Hold on, I think I might
Second.
actually have an ability for this. Although it might be intimidation, which is just really bad. No. Come on, Minotaur. You're supposed to be doing something intimidating like. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to use Flash of Genius with it anyway, because I have no idea what's about to transpire.
First roll of the night.
Oh, no, it's a second. So I went from a 19 to a 2. Alright, do I have any bonuses to that? Oh. Okay, so that puts 11.
He stares at you a bit unamused.
I'm gonna smile at him. Do I still have the cape of billowing? No, I don't.
No.
Just stand heroically there.
I really must be getting about to my work. Is there anything else I can do for any of you?
No, I suppose not. You have my condolences. You were the first that we have reached out to with this news, so please do with it as you must. We will continue on and distribute the information as needed.
He takes a deep breath and kind of looks down at the ground. Well, I'd imagine I should get my people together and let them know. Thank you for letting me know.
You are welcome. Gentlemen.
Well, Blaylock, that was utterly useless. Where were you going with that?
Was it now? Are we outside of the museum?
Nope, you're still standing there.
It was not entirely useless. We got to inform the appropriate people of the state in which Hamish is in now. Let us go, and I'll head out the door.
And do what, Blaylock? The whole point of coming in here was for you to look at the artifacts. And you completely blew it with this dude.
I am going to continue on. Maybe there's a shop out here we could go sell some goods to.
Again, is that our priority?
Blaylock, what's the matter?
I'm going
Somebody
to go.
tell me what the hell's going on, because I'm completely used. I have no idea.
Yes, you had it right the first time. You are completely useless in this endeavor, so you need to follow my lead, and we need to go.
I push past Blaylock and walk out.
I'll follow.
You all walk out into the street.
The artifacts are fake.
We knew that, Blaylock.
We surmised that off of Zoromir's information. Now we have confirmation, and yes, they look old, but anyone with a passing knowledge of historical artifacts can tell that they are fake.
And Brashen, being his best friend, knowing everything that's going on, I imagine, surmise that he's probably just as deep in it.
Did you notice that he would not reveal any of the catalog of the artifacts?
And that is surprising. How?
No,
Arlo,
it is not surprising.
were you able to access whatever? What's his fuckface said?
Dirk, no. No.
No, you went down there, you grabbed artifacts, you brought them up to him. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure nobody had any use for his catalogs. That doesn't explain anything to me.
The catalog is a log of the state
I know
in which they were
what
in.
the catalog
and
is.
then
We
you would
found
know
numerous ones, but that does
if
not mean that they're just going to let anybody walk in and look at them.
the catalog is the list of information about the artifacts, the state they were
Again,
in.
you
with the
coming in and asking as a visitor, once prisoner, why would he show you any of that? Because you asked nicely.
I'm going to take this information and I'm going to move on to the Federation. Do I have that right, or is it the organization? I'm very confused.
Federation.
As to what it is.
We need to go find somebody to get us in front of the king. I don't think it's going to happen here at the organization.
No, I have what I need from the organization, and we've put on a good face by coming to them first. There's nothing more, I believe, we can gather from them, not without covert means, and we've sent our means of apprehending information
punch
in that
somebody in the
manner
face.
outside of the town.
Where's Zormir?
Now, shall we look for the Federation?
Arlo, you would know where that is. I would assume. You've been here longer than we.
Yes. I know where it's at.
All right. So you're heading to the Federation.
Yes.
So you head to, look at my map again, the eastern side of town, and you cross north over the lava flow to the northeastern corner and into a large house built right on the edge of the lava flow. A little bit warmer here across from the entrance to the mines. And you see like a large porch area outside of the main building here. Several dwarves and humans sitting around here with there's a sign on the building. It says Federation for the Poor.
I'll knock on the door.
One of the guys sitting on the porch, who looks like he's asleep, doesn't even open his eyes. You can just go in.
Thank you. And then I'll open the door.
Okay. You enter inside, and while you do that, Zormir, what are you doing outside?
Okay. I guess describe to me the outside of this fort. What is it? Are there watchtowers? Are the walls really tall? Is it immediately forest?
The outside of Breckensfjord?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into some plains that you crossed earlier when you were dealing with the Minotaur.
I mean, I'm like talking like raid around side it. Are there watchtowers and guards watching?
There's people watching. Yes, yeah. There's guards outside.
Is there a forest I can go kind of slink into a little bit?
No, not at all.
No, it's not.
It was all plains when we got there.
I thought it had a forested side.
There's
No.
a rock.
Okay, I'm gonna go lean up directly against the wall of the fort, a little bit around, so I would be out of view from the main entrance, and positioning myself such that guards on the tower would have a difficult time seeing me unless they're like looking straight over the edge.
So they fall off.
So you begin walking that way, and a small halfling walks up to you again. Hello, hey, hello, sir. Can I have a moment of your time?
This guy.
That guy again.
It looks like you might need to add a little oil to your lamp to help you on those dark, cold nights. Is there any way I can help you? Have you thought about changing your oil provider?
Does it look like I have a lamp?
Oh, any good halfling has a lamp. We're down here so short till even a big dwarf's belly hides the light from our eyes. We gotta have a lamp. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know where you came from. What do? You just wandering around outside this castle hoping for somebody to come up to you?
Looking for good, smart adventurers like yourself who need oil for their lamp.
How much for the oil?
Wait, what kind would you like?
What are the different kinds?
Oh, we have our high-capacity oil that it burns just right, gives you the right light, and then we have a little bit of the lower-grade stuff. It burns good, but the flame isn't as nice as our high-capacity.
What oil would be best for, let's say, home defense?
Home defense? Well, that would be our high-grade oil at 5 gold per vial.
5 gold per vial. Wow, you are talking about highway robbery.
Well, only the best for our customers.
How big is one of these vials?
And he pulls one out, and it fits in the palm of his hand. It looks like a test tube with a cork in it.
I don't have much gold on me right now. I had to spend it all on all of this armor and weaponry that I have. I'll give you a gold for 2 of them.
I can't do that. I got mouths to feed. You know, I definitely got small children,
Gold.
baby children. You wouldn't want to take food from the mouth of baby children, would you?
Can you lower your voice, sir?
Can I-
I'm right here. You don't need to scream at me.
You wouldn't need to take food from the mouth of baby halfling children.
I just start walking away.
All right, so you walk away, and he just stands there
Was
watching.
that halfling possessed?
He said, "Lower his voice."
I took it very literally.
And you slink over to the side of the tower.
And I will pull out. I feel like this is a good time to read my book.
Okay.
So I'll bring out the potions book and start looking that over.
All right, you're going to start reading it, and
Yes.
depending on how long these guys are, will be how far you get. As you do start reading it, we'll do this. You notice that there's chapters in the book, and each one goes over a specific mixture. So which one of these interests you? Garuda's Spite, the Blood Drainer, Death's Embrace, Open Mind, or Kasuth's Kiss?
Say blood drainer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that one. That one sounds fun.
Okay.
Can I get a list of those?
I will get them to you. All right. So you begin reading those. All right. You guys walk inside the Federation building. You see beds are set up for folks. It's not as busy. It seems a lot more laid back here than other places you've been, where everyone seems real serious. And nobody pays you any mind coming inside.
I'm gonna go. I'm looking for Colin Greybeard.
Colin, yeah, you'll find him. He's right back there. Down the hall, second right, room on the left. Have fun. Good time. Stay easy. And guy turns and walks away.
Stay easy.
Pretty laid back here, aren't they?
Let's go and I'll follow his directions and head back.
Okay. You enter into a small room and you see rather rough-looking dwarf. Hair's all muscled all over the place, gray, missing one eye, but he doesn't use anything to cover it. It's just like an empty socket almost. And he has a short gray beard. Hey, come on in, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, Colin Greybeard. What can I do for you, man?
Blaylock Rayburn.
Or should I say, cow?
What?
This guy
Just
high.
called you a cow.
Cow. Well, Blaylock Rayburn.
Hey, that's a pretty cool name.
Yes, as is yours. I have not met any graybeards before. Darkbeards, I have heard. But there is one graybeard I have heard before. Gutstock. Do you know this Gutstock?
Gutstock, man, that's like my great grandpa.
Really? What do I know of Gutstock? Did I read of Mr. Gutstock somewhere? All I have is just Gutstock Graybeard. I don't have a recollection of him anywhere else.
You'd have to look it up.
Oh. Yeah.
Where'd you come across that at?
I believe I saw his name from Uth Melanon when we journeyed into the depths thereof.
Oh, man, yeah, you guys are those outsiders they shoved down there, man. You guys found that place, right?
We did.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. Cool stuff down there, huh?
There was that. Tell me a little bit about what you do here.
Man, we do what everybody else does. We dig it up and then we sell it.
Really?
Yeah, man. Oh,
You
Hamish.
sell it too.
Hamish, man. Hamish has cash. He's always got gold. Always. We sell that stuff to him, and then we distribute it to everyone around so we can all feel the love.
I want to shoot this guy.
What is he on?
All he needs is a
This little
surfboard now.
hippie dwarf. Well, have you seen any of your findings in the museum before?
Man, I ain't much for going to museums, if you know what I'm saying.
So after you sell the items to Hamish, you don't see the items ever again?
I mean, I'm sure some of these folks do, but not really my thing.
Well, what do you do with the proceeds? I notice your organization, it seems to be altruistic.
We feed the hungry, man. They're little kids of Breckensfjord, man. Some of them are hungry. We get food and clothes, and we just take care of people. Gotta help your fellow brothers. You know what I'm saying, Cowman?
I am a minotaur, not a cow.
Cool, man. Everybody's got different names.
Here, I'm gonna pull out 20 gold. I'm just gonna stick it on his desk. Thank you for your time. Please distribute this to those.
Will do, man. That's really cool. Thank you, guys. I'll remember this.
Please do.
I'll try.
Well, any gentlemen, I have no further questions, and so I'm going to step outside.
Can I help the rest of you?
I'll walk out.
All right, man. Goodbye to you. You're a snappy dresser. How about you two? You're like a dragon, man.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you around here before.
You have.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just, yeah, maybe.
I was with the Smashers.
Not anymore, right?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, good guys.
Dirk was killed.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago.
So, is there anything I can do for you?
And he looks down at the pile of gold that Blaylock set on the table. Yeah.
So who do you give all this money to?
The poor? Hungry?
Do you have like a shop set up or?
No. We just feed them right here. People come here. Sometimes we find them out in the street.
Interesting. Because I don't think I've seen any out. Did we see any out front?
I didn't say any out front.
Not kids, but there were people.
Yeah.
Just a guy fake sleeping.
So how do you get an audience with the king?
Man, it's Breckensfjord. Open door. Usually you just go up there and talk to a guard. I mean, they watch you. You ain't getting away with anything there, that's for sure. But, yeah, man, just go talk, go ask Geffen. Geffen, he usually talks to people if it's important. You know, he'll take you to the king. If he can answer the questions, he'll take care of you. He's like the number 2, man. He's good.
Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know.
Yeah, we're pretty laid back here in Breckensfjord.
That's easy to tell.
You know what I'm saying?
I've turned back around, and I'm gonna head back in and stick my head back in the door.
Hey, did you forget something, Calman?
I did. It came to my attention, with all of this assistance you bring the poor, what stories do they tell of the goings on of Breckensfjord?
Not a lot. What kind of stories you looking for?
Well, people pay no mind to those that are poor and marginalized. So sometimes the information that they come across is valuable, if you know what I mean. I'm looking really for any information about any mysterious happenings around Breckensfjord.
Man, we're still recovering from that dragon. Did you see that Dude, you're a dragon. Was it you? Did you do this to the city?
If it was me, you wouldn't be here.
Wow, that's power. I'm saying?
Anything you say.
Just gonna ask him, how many has he hit today?
What are you talking about? And he picks up a pipe off the table.
I thank you for your time.
No problem, Cowman.
Thank you for your information.
Anytime, dragon dude.
I whisper, I think it's time to go.
You might be right on that one. I think you might run out of breath holding that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I look like a dragon.
This guy's getting higher by the minute. Just gonna leave now.
All right, where are you guys headed?
Any more useless information?
That was useless information.
He told us if we want to talk to the king to go talk to Gavin.
Yeah. I got that much.
Apparently, talking to the king is quite simple, according to our local
weed
dwarf
expert.
Pipe.
He said they have an open policy here. You go up, talk to a guard, and then he mentioned to go talk to Gavin, and Gavin can't answer.
Apparently, this is all circling around to just going straight to the king.
Gavin.
Oh, I was going. Thanks, DM, because I was getting ready to ask if it was a D or a G.
2 F's. Geffen.
Jeez, so Pete can't even sound it out like it spells.
Gavin.
Arlo drops dead from a heart attack.
That smoke must have been for dwarves only.
Dude.
Just got a contact high.
I probably should have asked for some.
All right, where are you headed?
We're gonna head to the. Not. It's not a castle, but it's the.
There's a fortress there. Yeah.
Head up to the fortress.
All right. You head to the west. Zormir, you just continue reading.
We climb up the tree. And
How long has this been?
It's been about an hour.
Yeah, he's not too bored yet.
Okay. You cross the bridge on the east side, and a couple guards kind of come out. Yes, how can we help you?
We come with news about the attack on the city from the dragon.
And he motions, makes a hand motion, and a kind of short for a dwarf, well-groomed dwarf starts coming up, and longer brown beard, a bit darker skin than most of the others you've seen around. Yes, I'm Geffen Halfstone. How might I be of service today?
Well, Mr. Halfstone, we seek an audience with the king. over the situation that happened in the town with the attack from the dragon, the kidnapping of Hamish, the abduction, more likely, more is the better word for it, and the news that came and the results of our journey.
That is quite a lot of information.
It is.
But you can tell me. I'm happy to tell the king later. And he pulls out a scroll and a feather and some ink. I can write this down. Not a problem.
What can you tell us about the shard that is supposedly here?
I don't know what you
Then we need to speak to the king.
But if there's something I can handle, I act as kind of a...
You just said you couldn't.
I'm kind of a filter to the king to take that information from you to him, so that he's quite busy right now with what happened with the attack and all.
Oh, I'm quite
Geffen.
concerned about what happened to the city.
Yes.
But you just told me that you couldn't help me with the question I seek.
I'm trying to do my job. You do understand.
I don't deal with middlemen.
Geffen,
Yes.
I'm Arlo. I am with the Smashers. We have a lot of news that we really need to speak to the king with, and it has to deal with all the clans down there getting artifacts. There's a lot of information. We really think we need to see the king.
I understand. You do see. I'm gonna Grayson, you were being a bit more forward in the conversation. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Is that often?
No.
Right.
We don't do a lot of intimidation.
Did somebody in
No.
Twitch roll for that?
No, but that'd be a good button. Intimidate an NPC.
Natural 19.
Okay. As you're kind of, all of you are kind of just leaning forward on this poor guy. And he's just constantly stumbling over his words, and you see him kind of crumple up the parchment that he has in his hand, and he's using it to kind of wipe his brow as he starts sweating profusely. Let him through. This way. Yeah, just come on. And he
Good choice.
turns around and stumbles a few times. Just this way. Follow me. He takes you inside, just inside the fortress, or basically the castle there. Beautiful stonework. It looks very old. Blaylock, this is a place that very interesting with how you like it, architecture and things.
Exquisite craftsmanship.
And you see him run up to a dwarf there, very stocky, long white hair, beard, braided with gold wraps running down it. Across his back, kind of hanging with the blade down, is a massive double-bladed axe. The shaft comes up just above his head. And the metal on the axe itself just gleams. It's just beautifully shined and engraven. Geffen runs up to him and grabs his attention, and you see him turn, and his eyes, much different than most. They're golden like the sun. And he seems very he's having a hard time focusing. People are running up to him at all times, and he's giving out orders, and they run off. And as soon as one leaves, another comes up, and he looks very frustrated at everything. And he comes up to you. Yeah, how can I help you?
I believe we have already made our intentions very clear with Devon there. Do I have to repeat myself?
Yes, but what do you need?
We need an audience with the king.
I am the king.
Oh, is it? I thought he was just some dude standing there.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm breaking up, so I'm only getting like parts
that's
of what you guys are saying.
That's honestly what I thought. This was like a guard, before
right?
the room. I didn't realize this was the king either. Okay.
The white hair gave it away to me.
Hey, you little punk ass.
I want to talk to who's in charge, see?
I am Craig Axholt.
I'm gonna get down to one knee and bow.
Master Minotaur, no need for that. The tales of what you've done for the city of Breckensfjord are quite well known to my court.
How many people are around, by the way? Are there still people running to and fro?
Yeah, it's a bit of chaos for sure.
You're my liege. Now we come to you with great tale of what has transpired since we left after the attack. And I fear that the information that we have is of a secretive manner. If at all possible, can we discuss this? Maybe not in private, because you do not know me other than the tales of our adventures in this great town that you rule over. But I fear that the information that we have may cause a bit of a gossip, if you will, if you catch my drift.
What we have here, my lord, is a shit show.
He raises
for your ears only.
And he raises his hand. All of you, find something else someone else to bother. Giffen, take care of these people. I got other business to take care of. Yes, my lord. This way. Come with me. I will take care of you. And he runs off to the side, and almost like ducklings following a mother duck, they all just kind of shift his way. So, what do you have for me?
How much do you make?
Lots.
This well, hear me out. All this digging, these artifacts you find, do you profit off of all of that? Do you sell them off to other people?
Nah, Hamish takes care of most of it.
That's what I feared. Do you usually give one person so much responsibility?
Yeah, his family's been around for a long time.
Well, unfortunately for you, Hamish is no longer with us.
What? What happened?
Well, you do know that the dragon took off with him during the attack.
Aye, I heard that.
Well, it took us some time, but we found the dragon's lair. And found some information that he may not have been on the up and up.
What do you mean?
Well, we wanted to check before we came to you, so we visited his museum. And it turns out that a lot of what he has on display is not actually genuine.
They are fake.
What?
This coincides with the information that we gathered from the dragon's den when we journeyed to seek out the dragon and to rescue him. We instead found out that he is in league with the dragon, who goes by the name of Lystra.
Hamish wouldn't be around the dragon. He knows the kind of trouble they cause.
He does.
Do you realize how many times the one calling herself Lady Lystra has been in your city?
She visits from time to time.
Yes, that is the dragon in human form.
It can't be. What proof do you have of this story?
Well, the proof. Do you have any magic users that can see memories?
No, not here.
Are you available to anyone who can know when someone is lying?
We don't keep much magic users around the castle.
Then how do you know if somebody is trying to dupe you or not?
I got a keen eye. And
Well,
you notice he's
let me introduce
staring
myself.
intently at you.
My name is Grayson. Grayson Harker. I'm
It
not
can't
sure if
be.
you have-
The Harkers have been
so
gone
you-
for quite some time.
Not gone. Disavowed. But not gone.
I thought they left the island of Breckensfjord a long time ago.
My parents and my brother have been here. They are now under the well, they've been captured. And that is why I'm here.
Captured by who? There's nobody evil on Breckensfjord.
Laylock.
They have been captured. They have captured my mother. They have captured several of the Harkers. I have been in communication, rarely, but with my mother, who is confirmed as such.
Captured by who?
The same foe who Lystra was involved with, and Hamish, and who is also a name that you may recognize from the history books of Breckensfjord.
As you say, Breckensfjord, his face, which has been studying all of you, one by one, looking you up and down, kind of assessing who you are and your facial patterns. His face grows immensely solemn. He looks down. It can't be. The stories. They were just stories.
They are true. He is alive now and plotting. And his plot is coming to fruition as we speak.
He looks up and he looks past you at his guards. Don't let anyone in here. Not even Geffen. I need you all to come with me. And he turns, begins walking down the hall.
See
Poor
dimension
Zoromir.
doors into the room.
Poor Zoromir. He's on the outskirts.
He leads you through several halls deeper into...
What happened inside there? Nothing.
Did we
Okay,
get any
Grayson.
gold? No.
He takes you deeper inside the castle and eventually into a small chamber where as you enter in, he closes the door behind you. The room is fairly large, probably 15 by 20 or so. Sconces burn along the wall. A lot of crates and things in the room itself, like it's been used primarily for storage. He slowly walks up to a sconce on the wall, grabs it, and moves it to the side. And as he does, a stone panel on the side of the wall opens up. He reaches in and removes a large book from the wall. All of you make a perception check.
Yeah, we all get to roll.
Natural 20 for Z.
Nice. You see the book that you're studying.
23 for Blaylock.
19 for Grayson.
Freaking 6.
Okay.
14.
Everyone but Galtier and Arlo, and Zoromir, of course. So I should have just said Blaylock and Grayson. You notice on the cover of this book is a circular dragon consuming its own tail with a V and a K.
I literally have a medallion for this shit. How did I not recognize that?
You didn't see it.
Okay.
Not recognize it. You didn't see it. He takes the book over to one of the large crates at about his height and looks at all of you. This book hasn't been opened since I was a small lad. My grandfather read me this book. We thought they were stories. They aren't. And I thought the tales were meant to frighten us as children. I never expected they were true. The Order of Valdian Knights. Zealots for the island of Breckensfjord. In those days, led by Broman Karth, a young wizard, very skilled. He had such aspirations, and the Council of Five Wizards had such hopes. His greed and desire for power led him into dark corners of the world. According to record, he was expelled from the council, and he began enlisting the help of others. He started a cult called Varsith's Children, worshippers of the ancient dragon. I don't know how he did it, but they grew in numbers. Without looking, he grabs pages and begins turning them. Rumors from these pages would later say that Broman bartered a deal with a black dragon named Quelidon. He rolled him into a shining tower of starshine, where the Council of Five resided. The battle between wizard, dragon, and man continued for days, scorching the tower to blackness. After Quelladon was slain by Adonias Harker, Broman retreated. It was thought he perished in the water surrounding the tower. But they were wrong. He turns deeper into the book, and you can see areas of the book that have notches marked out. Broman escaped and redoubled his efforts. He reached out to Jaresh in the west, promising him power if he would align with him to exact his revenge, as well as an unnaturally long life. A gift he seems to give those close to him. Jaresh agreed and was able to enlist others who sowed chaos in these lands. Together they formed this Order of Valdian Knights. And what their purpose is now, I do not know. He turns the pages toward the end of the book. Know this. It was the final member that turned the tide for Broman. It's written here he found a sorceress. She was quite powerful, but she was afraid of her own power. Broman used her to take the Council of Five and destroy them. If this book is to be believed, this sorceress, this Lanfear, left Broman and went into hiding. Many believe she perished in the last fight with the Council. He takes the book, closes it, looks up at you, and you can see for the first time this confident king. His hands are shaking. If Broman is still alive, we can only assume he completed his task. And whatever he plans to do cannot bode well for all of us.
Well, we may have some info on that, my lord. It seems that they are trying to resurrect Varsith. I said that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he has restarted the effort.
And at some point, he has become a lich. That is why my family came to this island to begin with.
If he found that dark magic, there's nothing you can do to stop him. I urge you all to stay away from the ruins of that tower, though. Nothing good can come from there.
Well, that is why we actually came to your city to begin with. We are trying to put the Solak back together. And rumor has it that you were given a piece of it.
I saw the sword piece once, when I was just a young lad. I haven't seen it since.
Where?
My grandfather had it.
I'm assuming you're talking about the city below.
Utmeladon.
Could it still be there?
That I don't know. But you're messing with powers you don't understand.
Does this smell weird? I know.
Unfortunately, I don't believe we have an
No?
option.
Okay. There's some kind of like moldy...
Something has brought us together. And unfortunately, we are not the only ones looking for these pieces. Roman has got his cult out looking for them as well.
He will seek to rebuild the blade so he can destroy it or corrupt it.
And I
My
cannot
money
let
would
that
be on-
happen.
Our money would be on corrupting it. And if he gets hold of the blade, there's no stopping him.
No,
We need to get it first.
Roman will kill all of us.
So you don't have any idea what your grandfather would have done with the shard?
I don't. I would like to think he would hide it.
Well, I would assume it'd be somewhere close enough for him to know where it is. Is he buried?
And he looks down. He disappeared.
Did you just say he disappeared?
He left one day. We never saw him again.
No.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I don't know if he went down to Utmelanon. I don't know if he went to go see the dwarves.
Well,
Your Majesty, what is your grandfather's name?
He would go by the name Dunga.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that this Lanfear is alive and well now.
That's horrible news.
I would disagree. She, if I hear this right, ran away from Roman Karth.
No one can run away from Roman Karth.
And that is the bad news. It appears she is also captured by Roman Karth.
He will use her again. If what you say is true.
It is, for she is my mother. I carry her bloodline with me, and she is in contact with me.
You notice him visually, like, take a defensive stance. He is very uncomfortable.
You really need to work on your people skills, Blaylock.
Have no
She
fear.
has warned him to leave.
What if she passed her power to you? You need to leave. I will not banish you from the city, but you can't stay here.
It appears we may be in need of looking for where your grandfather may have gone. Well, have no fear yet again. We will leave Breckensfjord. And we
There's
will
a
find...
matter.
Hmm?
There is another matter we need to speak.
Please make it quick.
Hamish is the one that framed us for murders happening in your city.
Hamish wouldn't have done that. He's a good citizen.
I'll hand over the note that we found on him.
He-
Or did
I
I
can
have that? Who
assume-
had that note?
I think Arlo had the note and I had the medallion.
I got the note that fell out of the book.
Gathir,
Okay.
show him what we found.
So I'll hand him the note.
And I'll hand him the medallion. Like, we found this on him.
He takes it.
This was on his person.
He looks at it, and his eyes grow wide, and he shakes.
You're worried about us being in your city when you've had someone in your employment for quite some time.
How could I have known? This is definitely his handwriting. I
We
don't
need to
know
have
what
the
to
charges
do.
of murder revoked off of all of our party members.
He sets the note down and the medallion on top of it, pulls out a parchment, and begins writing. And rolls it up, and hands it to you.
And if it pleases you so, we will need permissions to see the catalogs of all the artifacts that have been brought up and taken to the museum. Maybe with Blaylock going through it and us knowing what each one might do, we can get a better idea of why they were taking such things. We already know that the armor that we brought up was meant to make a dragon stronger, almost impenetrable. As of right now, we are not allowed to see the catalogs. And I don't know how many
Correct.
people under Hamish were in on it or not.
Where
That
is
is
the
information.
armor? Where's the armor now?
We rendered it slightly unusable, but it is in the dragon's lair. There was no way we could move it.
Well, I guess that's better than nothing. About the records, we'll have to arrest everyone that works there and confiscate all of it.
I lost connection again.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
I didn't
Yep.
hear anything Chris said.
We're going to arrest people.
And
He's going to
confiscate.
arrest and confiscate everyone that worked at the museum.
I think it goes even further.
One at a
Ken.
time, please, because it is breaking up so bad.
Test 1, 2. Houston, we have a problem.
Continue when ready.
Let us know when you're ready, Grayson.
All right, go ahead. So I heard you say the king was going to arrest everybody that's at the museum.
And confiscate the items there.
Okay. So was that a yes? We could look at the contents of that book, or no?
That's how he was going to get us everything, was by arresting and confiscating.
Okay. That's all Grayson has to say right now. Sorry, guys, man. This is pissing
problem.
me off.
Dude,
Yeah.
you went almost an hour, so I mean, you're doing all right. So
Would there be a way for us to get that without arresting everybody? It sounds odd, but maybe we don't want to let them know we know that there's traitors among them yet.
We don't know how deep Hamish's influence went. We're gonna have to arrest them all.
Your Highness, do you know a Heston Shallowstone?
From where? What's that from?
That was that note from Uth Melanon that was in the Dwarven book.
Oh. No.
I'm gonna hand him the note. We found this in one of the books down in Uth Melanon. It seems that maybe Hamish's fingers and deception is run wide. Wider than it seems.
He hands it back to you. We don't know. That's why we'll have to arrest all of them.
You're the king.
I'm sure you will be able to handle the situation quite deftly. I know that you want us out of the town as quickly as possible. So
I don't care how long you stay. You just can't be here around me.
Oh. Fair enough.
The stories of the things your mother did will make children cry.
Now I'm particularly curious. Fair enough. There's more to my mother than I have ever known, apparently. And more is revealed day after day. Would there be more information on Lanfear in town? Maybe not at the museum.
Most information is limited to books we keep hidden like this. The rest is lost in legend.
So a rumor.
Does that go true for Quelladon as well?
I'd
That
say
is
most.
not one that we've heard of very much. And unfortunately, my family has hidden any knowledge of this island from our past history.
After the uprising, when they assaulted the Council of Five, a lot of history was destroyed, buried. Finding information be difficult.
And Vossith, how do these dragons connect? We've got Vossith, who was a red dragon. Obviously, Quelladon was the black. Now we have Lystra, who is a white. It seems they all had their parts to play.
Unless Broman got a deal with them, I don't know. How do you sway the will of a dragon?
That is
Probably
the
have to be
question.
more. Maybe have to be more powerful than the dragon. Dragons don't bend so easy. Did you say you were going to send a party up to retrieve?
No, he
The
never said
armor?
anything like that.
He looks back at Blaylock. I really need you to go.
Yep.
And you notice he's backed about as far away from you as he can up against the debris that's in the room.
Thank
We
you
should-
for what you have given. Gentlemen, please feel free to stay and discuss. I do not mean to upset our dear king here.
Did he
Thank
give us a
you.
parchment?
He did.
Okay. What did it say?
It's a pardon.
Okay.
Yep. I will take this to Zoramir. Your Majesty, and I'll bow to him, and then I'll head out the door.
He nods to you as you head out. He looks at the rest of you after Blaylock leaves. Does he say something speaks to him? Is
He has
Broman...
told me. He has told me in the night that his mother has spoken to him a few times. He has seen images of her.
What about Broman? Is Broman speaking to him?
I believe he has mentioned that at one point he was in possession of one of the shards, and something came to him and told him to bring it to him. He was quite adamant about not being in possession of it anymore, and handed it off to another party member that is currently no longer with us.
Don't be surprised if you don't wake up one day. If the last image you see is that Minotaur with eyes of fury standing over your dying body.
Well, he has currently not shown us any treachery on his part. A bit absent-minded, this one.
He's been visibly shaken.
He is more interested in contraptions than magic. Yes, he has been able to use magic, but that is not his sole purpose.
If his mother's power manifests in him, they'll never find any of you again.
What was his mother's power?
He looks down to the books. Uncontrollable. Magic. Destruction.
Well,
He just looks back down. Is there anything else I can give you?
If we wanted to look for your grandfather, that went
Yes.
missing, where do you think would be a good place to start? Or did he know?
Yes.
No one know if he left the city?
If I had known, I would have looked for him myself.
this island is only so big. Anything could help us, point us in a direction.
Beware the dark depths of this island, though.
Do you have any of his belongings? Something we could go through, maybe something, a journal of some sort, maybe something we can see if he left anything behind?
Unfortunately, only this book.
Is
I
there anything in
suppose-
this book that you haven't told us yet?
I only got bits and pieces of that.
Just the
Something
book.
about the docks.
Yeah, the book's the only thing that's left from his grandfather.
I've told you what I can know without reading it all to you.
Would you be against us borrowing it to read it?
Absolutely. It's the last thing I have from him. He closes it, lifts it up, and sets it back in the hidden wall segment. Grabs the torch, and the wall panel closes. No one can know that that's there.
I won't tell a soul.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Thank you for trusting us with that information. I know it must have been hard, but we appreciate it.
I fear for my people.
And as you stood, there's a lot of deceit going on in your city. You have a lot of work to do. With that, I think we will bid farewell.
That axe you got, where did you get it from?
It's a family heirloom, passed down generation to generation. It was my father's.
So, it's your father's. Did your grandfather give it to him?
His grandfather, yes.
Is it possible the shard's in the axe?
No.
Yeah.
I was curious.
We shall be on our way. We appreciate your time. We can see our way out, if that's okay with you.
Thank you for the audience.
I'll get my guards over to the museum.
Well, if we come across any more pertinent information, we will seek another audience with you. This time, maybe if Geffen will be a little more forthcoming to let us see you, would be nice.
Geffen does his job as I expect him to.
Yes, and he should. He sweats a lot too, by the way, King.
He is nervous.
What's he nervous about?
Punishment for letting riffraff through.
Come, Gaultier, let us leave the king now. We'll
Okay.
take it. Head
Yeah, well-
back out.
He leads you out. Zormir, you've been reading for a bit.
How long has this been in total, roughly?
Let me look.
All right.
Forever.
3 hours later.
It's been several hours. It's been 4 hours or so. I need you to make a medicine check.
Okay. Best.
So,
Oh.
-1.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So you read for 4 hours on the blood drainer mixture.
Okay.
And you understand the ingredients and how they work together. So, reading it on a failure, it causes the user to have deep feelings toward the first person they see after the potion takes effect. It's a potion that's imbibed. The potion takes 1d 10 minutes to take effect, and the user is effectively charmed by the person for 1d 12 hours. Can be cured by a greater restoration spell or remove curse. I'll send all this to you later, by the way.
Please do. That is not what I was expecting, but there could be some fun there.
It requires 1 black rose, 3 tephrosia, 2 Valdian nuts, and 1 elvish galangale.
What?
I will send it to you later.
Or do you have all that on hand?
To those
Yeah.
to those asking, yes, it's basically a love potion.
Called blood drainer. This was going to be like a dissolve the inside of your guts potion.
There's no reference to anything in that at all. The blood drainer, 2 Valdian nuts. I you know.
Oh.
All right. As you're finishing up reading and writing some notes in the margins and things, and you find it quite interesting. You see Blaylock walking around looking for you.
I'm just gonna sit there.
I'm gonna shoot off the pyrotechnics.
Okay.
Boom.
A bunch of people die for cover after you.
In the middle of the castle.
No,
he's outside.
We're outside. We're outside of town.
You hear arrows getting drawn back, and you hear the people screaming and running for cover. As you stand there, the only one standing in the middle of the street.
I quickly put all of my stuff away, and I just rip out my rapier and start charging towards Blaylock, yelling, "What's wrong?"
Nothing is wrong. I needed to get your attention.
You got the attention of the entire guard.
Well, good. Because now you need this. And I'll hand him the pardon.
Put my rapier away and unscroll the note. Is this for real?
This is for real. The king has extended his favor towards you.
How did you guys smooth talk your way through that?
I'll regale him of the tale that we had just went through with our interactions with the king.
No, I want to hear you recite it all.
No.
In full detail?
Yes.
Full detail. In Blaylock tones. So it'll take like twice as long.
Yeah. So you're out there for another 4 hours.
And I do my best Blaylock version of a dwarven voice.
Yeah. Okay. So he tells you all this.
So, I am no longer allowed to speak to the king. However, I am not in his bad graces. I just am not welcome there for fear of the tales that he has heard of my mother.
This is all true. So I just stand there trying to process all of it. Did you say a Phaelodon was killed by a Harker?
It appears so.
That's not good. We need to find the rest of the party.
We do. But we should find rooms somewhere. Maybe at the inn. They would know to come to the inn to look for us. We should get rooms for all of us and wait for them there in the common room.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's order a round of ale for everybody, and we can figure out what the heck we're going to do with all this.
Yes. Much has come to the light these past several hours. I was worried we'd be in prison, but it appears the king was not as Hamish has originally told us. If you'll remember, he did not want us to speak to the king.
I wonder why, with Hamish fabricating all of these intricate lies and stories throughout the city.
Yes.
He would want his victims to not interact with those that are more powerful than him.
Well, he is aware, and the king will investigate and find out for himself. It appears that what we are looking for may very well be back in Uthmelanan,
Back in that place?
possibly.
How could we have missed anything in there?
I could not tell you. Another look would not hurt.
Assuming nothing else has come to life in there and the spiders haven't escaped.
Well, we know to avoid that particular event.
Assuming that's not the place we need to go.
If the place we need to go involves jumping into a hole filled with spiders, then the shard can stay down there, and then no one will have to worry about getting it.
You have fun telling that to Grayson that a little hole with some spiders is what's preventing us from saving this island.
Well, he can be the first to jump in.
I'm fine with that plan.
Mm-hmm. So,
You guys are
what did
assholes.
you do while you were outside?
What was that?
What did you do while you were waiting out here?
This is gonna sound weird, but I read. And I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna spit whatever I was drinking out. You read?
I came across a book while we were down, speaking of Uthmelanan, when we were down there.
Were there pictures?
Well, yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started reading it.
Ah, now this makes sense. Now, so tell me. Did you...
I kind of give him a pat, reaching up, try and giving him a pat on the back, urging him to walk towards the tavern. I think might show you once it's ready.
Fair enough.
Ominous.
So we'll head back to the tavern.
Okay. Galtier and Arlo and Grayson, you leave the main castle there, and what do you want to do?
Well, I think we need to go someplace that's familiar till Blaylock gets back with Zoramir. So that way we can be together again and not hunting each other out. So I say let's go get a nail. I think we could really use one right now. There's a lot of information that we were just told.
I would second that.
We're going to head to the inn.
Okay.
Grayson, you back with us? Roger that.
He must still be lagging. Galtier, is there anything you would like to do? Or are you just following along?
I'm just gonna follow along.
All right. So
Is the shop on the way to the inn?
I mean, there are shops on the way to the inn. Yep.
Galtier, this would probably be a good time if you want to duck in and sell some of your stuff real quick.
We can handle the selling of stuff and conversion things offline.
Oh, outstanding.
Hangling's so fun.
Yes, but going through and so, it's so entertaining to sit there and go through our inventory and figure out what we can sell. And how
We haven't
much
had
we
a
can sell.
shopping episode in a while.
Yeah.
Right. Thank God.
A 3-hour shopping spree.
Yeah.
That was episode 58, folks.
Poor Grace is just sitting there head in hand because he can't hear us. feel.
So yeah, so we'll just take us to the end.
I see his eyes moving, so I know he's there. Sort of. Yep. He just blinked.
Yeah.
All right.
Blink twice.
You get to the inn, and you see Zoramir and Blaylock already there, ale in hand.
Hey, he started without us.
See, Zoramir, if you go to where the alcohol is, the Grayson will come, and he will bring with him our party.
There's
Actually, this is all
nothing-
Arlo's idea.
Really? I would have thought it would have been it would have been Grayson. He is quite the fan.
He's been pretty speechless here for the last half hour.
Yes, he looks.
There's a lot to take in.
Consider he is, but now he shows up.
I mean, he wanted to fight the king for a moment, so
There was a reason I didn't know he was the fucking king.
Like, damn, we're gonna battle royale
That's what
right
happens
here
when
in
I
the
get
middle.
bits and pieces of what's going on.
Next week it'll be better, man.
Oh my gosh. Kind of like a drive-through speaker.
Better be, or I'm gonna fucking throw this shit out the goddamn window.
So you all sit back at the table, taking in your
I've done nothing different with any of this stuff.
taking in your new information, and for the once in quite some time, you take it easy. And that's where we're going to leave you tonight. At the table, enjoying an ale.
Grayson needs the biggest thing of ale you got.
In real life.
Just bring the barrel.
Put a tap on it.
All right. Thank you all for showing up tonight. We had a great crowd. We love that you keep coming back for more. So we really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed the new currencies as the party gets into their next combat. Some of the things that happen to them are going to be controlled by you, the community. So I think that'll be a fun little addition to all this. I know they'll like it. So, again, take care, be safe. We will see you next Monday. Grayson will have a better connection, maybe. And until then, be safe and roll some more dice.
Be classy.